You're watching Grizzly TV. 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 You're watching Grizzly TV.
He's got to go 45 seconds. 45 seconds.
Place with my game face on, about to show out. I ain't finna wait that long. We gon' beat them. It ain't finna take that long. We are the champions, man. They hate that song. They bustin', man, cause my team getting buckets. Looking at they bench, they whole team is disgusted. Crazy part about it is they ain't seen nothing cause I'm about to bust it.
He's got to make it live. Check. You good? Well, I have everybody's attention, please. Hello. Check. Can I have everybody's attention, please? Can y'all hear me okay? In the back, can everybody hear me? All right, welcome to the Northside High School Football Awards Program. It is good to see everybody. You guys are going to have to help me through this because I get emotional about two things. That's my family and the Grizzly family, and this is probably the most fun I have ever had when it comes to Northside football. And what a great group of seniors, parents, the support we had, it just made it so much fun. So help me through it. I do want to welcome our freshman team. For the first time, we have that in this new facility. So everybody, let's give a round of applause to our freshman team that's here tonight. We also have a special guest. We have the Antonio Jones Award, which will be a little bit later in the program. And Gene, his mom, and Lee Bell, who is here, he'll accept the award on behalf of the Antonio Jones Award, which will be a little bit later in the show. So I know that Coach Fuller wants to get this going, and I'm going to bring him up to the podium now. Coach?
Thank you, brother. Yes, sir. Appreciate it very much. I'm glad everybody's here. I know it's a busy time of the year, and it's hard to get our guys here because most of them have been out of school for over a week. So we've relied on texting, Snapchatting, and any other way we could get a message to them that was tonight. But thank you for coming. Just got to take a few minutes to recognize some people that special to our football program that do things for us. Dr. Rathman, back there in the back, great principal. She loves football. She does anything that she can to make us successful. Of course, Buzz. I think Mr. Blaylock, where you at? Back in the corner, voice of the Grizzlies. They do a great job and represent us all the time. Coach Beaumont, his staff, Kim Hobbs. I don't think there's a coach in Fort Smith that can survive without her not doing the things she does for us over at the athletic office. Mr. Bo Deaton, our main custodian, maintenance guy. He does all the setting up for us and sets up Friday nights for the games, and he does a great job. All the people that buy banners out on the field and sponsorships, this stuff like this wouldn't be, we couldn't do it without those folks. So I appreciate them and all the money they have contributed to our program that goes right back into the things that we want to do for our kids. And then you parents for letting us have your sons. We ask for a lot of time, a lot of demanding things, and we appreciate you very much. We couldn't do it without y'all. I got to say, these coaches, unbelievable group. They work hard, no hours. It doesn't matter. They They spend more time up here, I think, sometimes than they do at home with their own families. But I want to introduce them. Most of you know them, but just in case you don't, start with Greg Kendrick, offensive coordinator. Coach Curry, our defensive coordinator, has been here all 9 years with us. Coach Ryan Solly, who's been all 9 years with me, and then 5 or 6 more. Coach Ed Hanson, defensive line, been here a long time. Coach Richard Bracken, our wide receiver coach, been all 9. Chad Frazier, defensive back special teams coordinator, has been with us the whole time. David Little, offensive line coach, been with us the whole time. And Coach Ted Neal, our running back coach. Then, as Buzz said, we added freshmen this year, and we made some mistakes. We made decisions. How do you practice 3 teams on basically one field? And so we put the freshmen in the morning, the older guys in the afternoon. After doing it, I don't think that was probably the best idea. We're looking at changing that next year. It's hard for any of these young guys to get out of bed early and be it on a consistent basis. So we're going to look at changing that. But we have 4 guys that joined us as our freshman coaches. Coach Fitzgerald, our head 9th grade coach. Matt Whitsitt, offensive line, and I'm not sure what he did on defense. Coach Kennard, our defensive coordinator for the 9th grade. And then we got a young man that's deciding that he wants to be a coach, and he volunteered, was here every day and did an outstanding job, Max Frazier. And then probably the most important person that spends the most time of any of us, I can't leave Miss Sherry out. She does a great job, our athletic trainer. She has to put up with a lot of stuff from a lot of different guys to get them well. So she does a great job. Again, these coaches, I can't say enough about their wives and the understanding of letting them be up here as much as they are. The last group we got to thank our players. None of this would be possible without those guys sacrificing their time. And we live in a time when that's not the best thing anymore. Maybe it's going in, I don't know what you call it, that e-sport stuff, playing with your hands, going whatever. But these guys come every day, they work hard, and they've done a great job. It's, as Buzz said, overall the best group of seniors we've ever had, top to bottom. Unselfish, did anything we needed, played positions that maybe they didn't want to play, but they did it for the team. So let's give those players a round of applause. We're going to get started right out of the group, but just want to talk a little bit about our season. 7-5. I'm going to call that a good season. I mean, we go back, and if you can rewind your mind for just a minute, we're 5-1. We're sitting right out here against Conway High School, and it's 4th down and 1. And I think the season changed after that play. Well, actually, a series a little bit later. 4th and 1, we run the ball. I know some people probably say we should throw it on 4th and 1 like they do in the NFL, but we had 2 great running backs, a good offensive line. We've been moving the football. Boom, we hand it off. Not a coach on our sideline. We got the first down. Probably everybody sitting in the stands. Well, we all talk about officials in bad spots. Well, what made it even worse on that deal was that next week we were at Greenwood playing a game, and 2 officials walked up on the sideline and said, "Coach, you got robbed." We watched it on film. They spotted it wrong. But it changed our whole season. We, instead of being 6-1, feeling really good about ourselves going to North Little Rock, we took a tailspin and went down to North Little Rock, lost 28-21. Just continued to go. Cabot out here, 28-21. So you just look back at that one play and what would it have done had we made that first down. So a good, solid football season. I mean, we're in every football game until that last one. Bryant's a good football team. We all know that. They know how to take it up a notch when it's playoff times. Obviously, they've won 4 state championships in a row, but proud of these guys. I'm proud of the way they played. Just a solid football season. Could have been much better if we had made that play, I believe. We're going to get started recognizing players. We're going to start with our freshmen. So what I need you to do, if you're a freshman, I need you to come over here and line up. Coaches are going to get you in numerical order. We're going to call your name, give you a plaque, and we'll move on.
We also want to let you know that if you have relatives that are here, that are not here tonight, we are live on Grizzly TV right now. So if you have relatives that aren't here, you can text them, give them a call, let them know that if they want to see this awards program, they can tune in to Grizzly TV, and it is on right now. And also, it'll be archived, so when you go home and you want to pull it up again and watch it, you'll have that opportunity.
All right, while they're getting lined up, I got some people I need to thank. First off, I'm going to thank Coach Fleur for giving me this opportunity to come to Northside from Darby as a football coach. It's, like I said, it's the most tired and the most fun I've had in 20 years of coaching. And like you brought up earlier, that practice in the morning, getting up at 6, 5:30, picking kids up, it may not have been the best thing, but like I said, most tired and the most fun I've had in 20 years of coaching. And there's some other guys I need to thank. Fortunately enough, we had some coaches, high school coaches. Most of y'all may not know this, but they got to come out and help us. Typically, you have 3 or 4 coaches, and you know, in your 9th grade campus. I want to thank Coach Curry, Coach Solly, Coach Kendrick, Coach Little for coming out every day, getting up with us at 7 in the morning. They're at practice, helping out, and I just want to thank you. And I also want to thank Coach Frazier on Thursday night. Probably the most important job is getting that special teams guys. Whenever we're calling plays and he's getting the next group ready, getting that group ready, I want to thank Coach Frazier. And last on my coaches, Coach Kennard, Coach Whitsitt, and Max. Like the coach said earlier, a lot of hours. You know, not only here, but whenever they go home, you know, they're working on, you know, doing this stuff to get our kids prepared. And players, like I said, one of the best bunches I've been around. The guys who finished the season, coming to practice, getting up early. You know, we had several who were at every practice. And I was really worried about that early, thinking, man, these guys, I mean, I'm kind of not used to getting up either, but I got used to it, and they were here, and I appreciate it. The most important part was the relationships that I got to build with these kids. I mean, you got some good kids. Great kids. I never had to go to a classroom. Typically in the past, I had to go to 2 or 3 classrooms, and I didn't have to go to a classroom to talk to a kid. Hey, don't do this, do that. So what y'all have done, raised some great kids. And last, parents, probably need to thank y'all the most because you're the ones who had to get up super early, wake them up, probably pack their lunch, and I want to thank y'all for getting them here. Last on that, I want to thank that food committee. That was big. That was a big stressor, and all that food that y'all got organized and brought up here is very, 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 very thankful, and the kids loved it. All right, at this time, I'm going to start announcing. Starting with number 1, Cam Massey, wide receiver. Number 2, Isaac Wright, outside linebacker, running back. Jaden Youngblood, running back, number 3. Number 5, McLean Moody, quarterback. Number 7, Carter Techmeyer, wide receiver. Number 10, Trevin Taylor, wide receiver, strong safety. Number 11, Bryce Dooley, wide receiver. Number 19, Ty Tran, cornerback. Number 22, Christian Sandoval, free safety, wide receiver. Number 24, Tamarie Johnson, cornerback. Number 28, Tyrus Parrish, free safety. Number 29, Miguel Garcia, strong safety, wide receiver. Number 34, Eugenio Martinez, linebacker. Number 42, Nelson Gonzalez, H-back. Number 44, Lucas Calderera, linebacker. Number 50, Alex Guerrera, outside O-line. Number 53, Zane Humphrey, linebacker. Number 60, Christopher Velasco, O-line. Number 62, Jaden Wampampang, O-line. Did I get it right? Number 64, Eric Orellana, O-line. Number 65, Yahir Landon, O-line. Number 70, Jordan Mosley, O-line. Number 72, Aaron Torres, O-line. Number 76, DeAndre Andrews, O-line. Number 80, Brooks Letting, tight end. Number 95, Taylor Webster, D-line. Number 99, DeAndre Perry, D-line. Number 18, Quentin Williams, cornerback, wide receiver. And last but not least, number 12, Jamarion Franklin, free safety, wide receiver. All right, Coach, you ready?
For the getting up every day, you gotta, to have a good football team consistent, you gotta be here. And I watched guys come in late, some guys didn't show up. It's just really hard to get better when you don't have that consistency. We're gonna fix that next year where those guys don't have to get out of bed quite as early. Next, we have our sophomore group. So if you're a sophomore and you're here, if you'll get up and head over here to this say, we will appreciate it. Get you lined up. Coach Solly.
Okay, as those guys are lining up, just want to talk about this group real quick. We went 4-3-1 on Monday nights. We were in every ball game, a couple bad breaks here and there, just trying to learn how to win. We're excited about this group. We're going to add to it, and we've already got a good foundation, and they're just going to keep adding to it as soon as these guys get in line. Guys, line up. Hey, sophomores, line up by the number you check in by. though.
Saldana.
Yeah, he's not 9 though.
Okay.
This is the number he checked in.
I don't know.
Yeah, we got it. All right, here we go. We're going to get started with these sophomores. Like I said, it's a good group. We're excited about the future with them. Ezra Phillips, wide receiver DB. Tavarius King, running back. Isaiah Omer, DB. Barrett Dooley, H-back, linebacker. Chris Monk, wide receiver. Eric Brewer, linebacker. Zion Bishop, linebacker. Dejon Minor, linebacker. David Childers, linebacker. Corbin Lamont, D-line. Jesus Saldana, DB. Damian Lopez, O-line. Giovanni Zaya, D-line. Derek Pilgrim, DB. Mason Medlock, O-line. Alex Balderas, DB quarterback. Rashawn Clark, DB. Ryder Baker, linebacker. And Marcos Gonzalez, D-line.
Let me say this about their season. They were, if I remember right, 4-1-1, and they just beaten Shiloh. And on the last, was it the last play of the game on offense? Their quarterback, Sean Granatus, got hit in the head, had to be taken to the emergency room. And so for the last 2 games, Balderas had played defensive back all season, and we had to move him. They were really struggling at quarterback. So really feel like if Sean hadn't gotten hurt, they probably would have won one of those, maybe both. But he's well now, so that's a good thing. Next, we're going to bring up Coach Bracken and Miss Sherry, and they're going to recognize people that do a lot for us that people don't see, our trainers, our filmers, and the managers that do a lot of work behind the scenes. If you're here, if you're a trainer, filmer, manager, if y'all will come over here, please.
All right, as Coach said, we're going to go ahead and recognize the athletic trainers, filmers, and our managers. We're going to start with our athletic trainers. These young women, I know, are a huge help to our head athletic trainer here, Miss Sherry Riggins. They do a lot of things on a daily basis behind the scenes that people in the stands don't normally see, whether it's taping players for practices, treating injuries before and after practices, games, prepping water, the list goes on. So they're obviously a valuable part of this program. So at this time, ladies, when I call your name, if you could come to the front. Jamison Ketchum. Deontay Ezel. Ariana Harper. And Jada McCoy. All right, next we're going to recognize our filmers. Here at Northside, we film almost every practice. We film every game, and we use multiple angles. We use tight angles to grade our linemen. We use wide angles to grade our skill guys. To get this done, it takes a crew. And these young women have done a great job all year for us as far as providing film on a daily basis for coaches to break down. So as I call your name, ladies, please come forward. Anna Beavers. Jordan Baker. And Emma McAllister. Good job, Jordan. Last but not least, we're going to recognize our equipment managers. Both these young men are a huge help to us on a daily basis in the equipment room, whether it's taking up gear, handing out gear, getting game stuff ready. They're a huge help on the sideline Friday night. And I know they sure make our job a lot easier on a day-to-day basis. So when I call your name, guys, Josiah Burdette. Last but not least, this man's been with me 2 years, and not only is he a huge help to me and a great equipment manager, he's also by far the best ball boy on Friday nights in the state of Arkansas, Mr. Ryan Washburn. Appreciate you, Ryan. Appreciate you, buddy.
I think Coach left one thing out about Josiah. He came over from Southside and wanted to be a part of it. And then we found out, I think they called him the hype man. He was the guy at pep rallies that would get him fired up and did a great job. So we're glad he came over with us and part of our program. Next part of this is our academic awards. This will be Coach Kendrick.
Good evening. This is an award that we as a staff take great pride in. These young men have excelled in the classroom and dedicated countless hours outside the classroom to maintain the highest GPA on our football program. Starting with the juniors, Garrett Standridge with a 3.5. Eric Barrientos, 3.7. And Adrian Falcon, 4.0. Yes, we said the senior class was special. They were special on the field. They're also very special in the classroom. This is a group that truly puts student into the concept of student athlete, starting with Walker Katsavis, 3.8. This group of seniors, again, not only excelled on the field, but they're leaders within the school as well. Jack Green, 4.12. Julian Martinez, 4.13. And Will Stites, 4.25.
Now I know I'm old because when I went to school, I didn't even know there was anything above a 4 point. So that's kind of impressive. And there was one not here tonight, had to work, Noah Ottman with a 4.1. So we have 5 football players over a 4 point in that senior class. Unbelievable, unbelievable. Next, I'm going to bring up Coach Curry. If you're a junior, if you'll move that way and line up for us, we're going to recognize you guys now.
While these guys are lining up, just want to say a few words about all of them. Of course, we're depending on them a lot for leadership next year. Most of these guys that you see right here either started as 10th graders or they played a whole lot as 10th graders. We're going to go ahead and start out. The first one we have is Damari Smith. Damari plays receiver for us. We have DeKavion King. DeKavion King also plays receiver, a little running back. Garrett Standridge plays receiver for us. Julius Thomas plays defensive end for us. Andrew Hernandez plays offensive line for us. Eric Barrientos plays offensive line for us. Adrian Falcon plays O-line. Jamani Benton plays O-line. Fallon Rackley plays receiver for us. And Josh Nolan plays D-line. Those are our juniors.
All right, next up, we're going to bring our seniors. If you guys will line up, be Coach Little and Coach Hanson.
All right, as the seniors are lining up, the other day when Coach Fleur told me that he wanted me to introduce the seniors, he gave me the list. And as I'm looking at the list, and all the coaches are in the coach's office, and I'm looking at the list, and I'm going down this list, and I said, guys, you show me on this paper one selfish guy. Show me one. Everybody looked at it. There's not one. This senior class, there's a lot of reasons for their success. Hard work, dedication, and all that. But these guys care about each other. They care about Northside, and there's no doubt they're the most unselfish group of young men that we've ever coached. Okay, and I think that says a lot about them and their character and why they are successful. Okay, so we'll first start out with McCade Moody. He's an outside linebacker, number 1. One thing about McCade, it took him a couple weeks his sophomore year before he came to a census to come to the right school. So he wasn't able to play varsity his sophomore year. So he was JV, so he was scout team. And that guy would come off the edge and make my offensive lineman look so bad and get me chewed out. Thanks, McCade. Good job, buddy. All right, the next guy's going to come up is number 2, safety, outside linebacker, quarterback. I've seen him play all kinds of positions, Jeff Frazier. All right. And this is going to be like a broken record, another unselfish guy, a guy that plays with passion. He had to play a lot of different positions, and we're really, really proud of you, Jet. And he's going to play baseball at Arkansas Tech. Next up, number 3, safety, Jack Green. Led the team in interceptions. Of course, we all know the big interception over here, going down the sideline to seal the game against Greenwood. And that was, that's probably the hardest hit he took all year was the dog pile that the guys did after he scored that touchdown. Good job, Jack. All right, number 6, Walker Katsavis, quarterback. Walker's position up until this year has been wide receiver, and if you really ask Walker what would you prefer to do, of course it's wide receiver. But Walker, we knew we needed him to play quarterback, and he did a great job. Threw for almost 1,500 yards, 16 touchdowns, and did a great job for us. All right, next up, number 10, Xavion Zephyr, safety. X, pound for pound, the toughest cat I know right there. The toughest cat. He will strike you. He led the team in tackles this year. Great heart. You can't measure a guy by his heart, buddy, but I'm going to tell you, he's got it. Number 11, linebacker, Kendre Esau. I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of good guys on this team, but you talking about a guy who has got the best demeanor, always got a smile on his face. Every time he sees me in the hall, he wants to give me a fist bump. But a great young man, played middle linebacker for us. We asked him to move to some other spots at times. He said, sure, to coach, whatever it takes, whatever helps the team. Number 14, outside linebacker, Davion Hinkle. One of the hardest hitting guys we got. One of the hardest. One time, James, he came and lit you up one time, didn't he? He got you. But Davion Hinkle, great motor. He's got a nose for the ball. Number 15, Will Stites, wide receiver. The only regret we have with Will is he waited till his senior year to come out because he's a great teammate, works hard, and a lot of good things in the future for Will. Number 19, running back Eric Newell. Last year in a JV game, we had some guys injured or something, and Eric, we put Eric at running back. He'd never played it before, and he took the ball for about a 6-yard touchdown, and we're like, okay, we got something here. So Eric played running back for us this year, did a really good job. Number 22, Seth Fields, linebacker. Now you talking about unselfish. Seth Fields played running back for us his first 2 years. We were kind of crowded in the backfield. Seth just wants to win. He wants to win. I've never in my life, and Coach Fleur will ever coach here, never had a guy that practices as hard as he does every single day. Seth Fields, great job. Number 32, Ryland Johnson, outside linebacker. Ryland did a good job. Ryland was a big special teams player for us as well. Played a lot of outside linebacker and did a great job for us. Thanks, Ryland. All right, this is going to be a little bit different, but these next two guys, I kind of want to call them up together, okay? Number 33, Ty Massey, and number 34, Sunquist Church, running backs. All right, so listen to this. A combined 2,643 yards rushing. One had 6.94 yards per carry. One had 6.97 yards per carry. And a total of 29 touchdowns between the two. Now, you know, going back to the unselfish thing, I'll never forget this. We're playing, I can't remember who we're playing, and we're calling the play on the sideline. And they heard the play, and Ty said, Sunquist, you get this. Because he knew Sunquist was better to the left. Well, we go down, and Ty was injured a little bit, so Sunquist had already got his 1,000 yards, and Ty hadn't quite got there. So we go into this game, and we tell Sunquist Ty's going to get more carries because we want to get him up to that 1,000 yards because, you know what Sunquist said? For sure, Coach, you bet. Two unselfish guys, great teammates, doing the same thing. I told the offensive line, guys, you don't got to give them much. You don't got to give them much. And they were great. They were our workhorses, and we appreciate those two guys. Number 59, offensive lineman, James Colley. 3-year starter for us on the offensive line. One of the hardest workers I've ever coached. He's got a lineman mentality, and I'm sure going to miss James. Number 61, Brandon Bailey, offensive lineman. He along with James Colley are the only two senior offensive lineman starters, and they took care of the left side. Great leader. Brandon's nickname is Papa because he's the elder statesman of everybody. And, he was very, very mature for his age. I'm sure going to miss him. Number 63, Nicholas Moore, offensive lineman. Been with the program for 3 years. Hard worker, great young man. Probably hadn't said 10 words since he's been in the program. But he shows up all the time, and he's a very hard worker. Number 82, Ronnie Smith, wide receiver. Ronnie brings a lot of energy to the team, keeps things, I guess you call it hype, but Ronnie's a great teammate. We're going to miss him. Number 86, Blake Farmer, tight end. Blake is a great example of putting your time in the weight room and off season and developing yourself and making yourself a great player. And this year, Blake had a great senior season at tight end. Blake Farmer. Number 88, Julian Martinez, tight end. Another, he's been with the program 3 years, and Julian's a great, he didn't get to display his receiving skills as much as he'd like to, but against Greenwood out here, I think it was Greenwood, he caught a touchdown pass. He spiked the ball. He got a 15-yard penalty, and I said, no, he didn't. I went and watched the film. I said, oh, yeah, he did. And I got on him. I said, Julian, you can't. He said, I did it, Coach. I did it. All right. So that's the seniors, guys. You're going to be missed very much. You've brought a lot to this school, this community, and the younger guys, you got a lot. They gave you a great example to work for, guys. Good job, seniors.
This next awards are our captain's awards, and this is voted on by their peers. It's not picked by a coach. It's voted on by them. And all the direction I give them when we vote is it's not about who your friend is. It's not about what color your skin is. It's about who do you see as the leader of this football team? Who comes every day, who works hard, who's never in a bad mood, all those things. I then ask the coaches to vote on it to see where we're at. Do we think like they do or are they off? But every year it's amazing. It's almost identical. And I've done this for 30 years, and I've never seen one where they didn't vote for the right people. So our captains this year, you guys come up and Coach will give you your plaque. First guy, defensive back, 3-year starter, Jack Green. Second guy, they already talked about how unselfish he was and moved around from positions. Great defensive player, Kendra Esau. This expanded cafeteria makes them way back there in the back. So. Third guy, our quarterback, Walker Katsavis. And the last captain, Mr. Ty Massey. These next 3 awards have been given at Northside for, 30 plus years. And they all represent something. This first one is for a young man that I'll let Coach Frazier talk about it, the Allen Camp Award.
So I get the privilege of announcing presenting the recipient of the Allen Camp Award, which is, like Coach said, it's an award that's got a lot of great names on the plaque. This guy, we could sit up here all night and talk about this guy, and Coach Little's already hit on it a little bit, but a couple things that come to mind when I think about this young man is, number one, he's a great kid. Number two, great work ethic, goes full speed all the time. And I don't think there's a coach sitting over there right now that hadn't gotten ran into or bumped into during practice by this guy because he's going full speed all the time. It doesn't matter if he's running stunts on air, running the football. It doesn't matter what it is. This guy, everybody's got a bruise from this guy at some point because of his attitude and his work ethic, and he's just a great guy, and he's leaving a great legacy here at Northside. So the recipient of the 2021 Allen Camp Award with 11 tackles in the homecoming game, 7 solos, 3 assists, and 1 tackle for a loss is number 22, Seth Fields.
That award is based on the outstanding performance in the homecoming game. There were 2 or 3 other guys that it could have gone to, but I think Seth stuck out a little bit more than anybody else. The next award, the Jones family here is going to present this. Come on up. I'm going to let them talk about this award.
First of all, I want to give honor and thanks to God, and I just want to give Miss Jones thanks for giving me a call. It's the Antonio Jones Award. Me and Antonio played together back in we graduated in 86. Antonio was more like a brother to me. He wasn't just a teammate. We played high school and junior high football. We was supposed to be roommates in college, but tragedy, he had an accident the summer that we graduated and passed away. But one thing I can always remember about Antonio, we was on this field here, we was in the semifinals playing Little Rock Central. It was probably less than 6 seconds left in the game. They was on the 1-yard line. All they needed to score, and they go to the championship. We needed to stop them. We go to the championship. Last play of the game, quarterback Cedric Fillmore, he was highly recruited to go play college football. He got the ball. Quarterback sneaked to the right side. He took off. I remember Torrance coming, hit him from low. Tonio came up, and he was diving as Torrance hit him. Tonio caught him in the air. He hit him. And when he hit him, he did a helicopter flip. Good thing about it is when he landed, his foot landed in the end zone, but the ball landed outside the end zone. So we won the game. We went to the state championship. We went to the state championship that year. We lost in 5 overtimes. That's sad. But one thing about that year was our junior year, we tasted defeat in the playoffs. And all the juniors after that game, we said to ourselves, we're not going to taste this next year. We put in hard work. We dedicated ourselves. I remember we didn't have what y'all got today where you get to come up here and practice all year long, lift weights. Coach gave us a schedule. We went home and we had to do it during the summer on our own like that. We didn't have 7-on-7 and all that. But I remember Tony used to call me up and say, did you do your workout? Did you lift your weights? Which I didn't. I lied. I ain't gonna joke. I didn't, but I told him I did. But that's one thing we took pride. We took pride in wearing that Grizzly uniform. And what I want to tell y'all, we showed that pride and we showed that dedication that year to where Northside went to the state championship game 5 years in a row after that. So you younger class, take what these seniors have showed y'all into this next year and represent the Grizzlies proud, all right? But the Antonio Jones Award is an outstanding athlete this year for Northside, and it gave me great privilege to not only to give this award, not only asked to give this award, but to give this award to a young man that I know his background from his family, because I'm close friends of his family, his grandmother. She pretty much raised me too. So this year, Antonio Jones Award goes to Kendrick Esau.
All right, thank you. Give me a round of applause. The next award is the Fighting the Grizzly Award, and Coach Solly will do this one.
I think I've said this every year. This is one of the highlights of having this job is presenting this award. I think we have some of the most outstanding individual awards in the state of Arkansas. I think that's been represented well. This is the Fighting Grizzly. It's in recognition of outstanding dedication, desire, and determination in memory of Phil Neisler, class of 1962. I graduated here. This plaque's down on the wall. You walk by and you see names like Lee Bell, Gabe Scribner, and guys that you know because you lived in this community, and it's a real special award. And it's going to go to a real special young man this year. This guy came over as a 3-year starter. He came from Chaffin, and when he's not working or he's not working on the field, he's working at Sonic and Chick-fil-A. He's one of those kids that walks out of the locker room, he's got his uniform on. I have to say the Chick-fil-A's been a nice upgrade from the Sonic uniform. I think it pays a little more, and he's real proud of it. If he didn't have a ride, he always got a ride from Coach Fleur or Coach Little. He's got a determination and work ethic that is going to take him places. And a lot of times as a coach, you don't feel like you're glad you coach these kids and everything, but sometimes these kids give you more than you give them. And James Colley is one of those guys. He's given every one of these coaches more than we've given him, and we're proud of him. Fighting Grizzly, James Colley.
The one thing I hate about individual awards is there's about 15 other guys that we could have given those to. And it's hard when you sit down and you start looking who deserves this and what separates them. So that's the one thing about football. We all know it's the ultimate team sport, and you hate giving individual stuff, but there's, these awards have been around forever and they represent good things. And again, there's a bunch of seniors that could have won those, but those three definitely deserve it. And I think back to old James when he came over here from Chaffin. If you'd have told me, and this is not a cut on James Colley, that he would have started for 3 years on the offensive line, I'd say you've lost your mind. But he worked every day and got better and better. And probably the best move we made for him and me was moving him from center to left tackle. Because he had a curveball to snap. And he wore those quarterbacks out when they were trying to catch it. So good move there. The next part of this is our All-State, our All-Conference, and our second team All-Conference. Let me talk about that for just a minute. That's not decided by us. That's decided by the 7A Central coaches in a meeting. And the way Arkansas does it is All-State, depending on where you finish, is how many slots they get to vote on for your team. So first place is 6, second's 5, third is 4, 3, fifth is 2. So when it came down to voting, they didn't even let me nominate who I would have maybe done somebody different, maybe I wouldn't have, but I didn't get out of my mouth. They said, Coach, there's no way you cannot nominate and give this All-State to these 2 guys. And I said, okay, who is it? Which I knew who they were going to say because they all talked about him the whole day. It's Ty Massey, Sunquist Church. I think every coach in the room voted them. I won't even say 1 and 2, 1A, 1B. It was both of them. So they did a great job by both of those guys. And I think they would be the first to tell you that offensive line had a lot to do with it. All right, all conference, same way, you vote. I thought we were well represented on this team. First team all conference, 3-year starter, defensive back, Jack Green. The second guy is not here tonight. He had surgery on his hand, was it yesterday? So he played. Oh, okay, RJ, I didn't see you back there. Second team, our first team all conference, other defensive back, RJ Lester. And I might as well go to the third defensive back, Xavion Zephyr. Let me say this about that secondary. I don't know what the school record is, but if I'm not mistaken, it was over 20 interceptions on the year. Unbelievable job by those guys back there. So Poom Savoy, Jet Frazier, I can't name, whoever else was back there. Over 20 interceptions in one season. That's unbelievable. Next guy, defensive lineman, Julius Thomas. Now here at Northside, when we say defensive line, they look like DBs. They're fast, and they're not quite as big as some of them guys, but they play hard and get after it. This guy definitely does that. Next one, our quarterback / voted him as athlete. He's my nephew. Sometimes I don't know where they get that at, but Walker Katsavis. And the last guy that made first team was a guy that got hurt as a sophomore and didn't get to play it down. And Coach Little about cried, I about cried, because we had watched him and seen what kind of player he was. And I'm just going to go to what Coach Fimple said about him after the Conway game. He said, I've never seen a center be able to reach a 3 technique every play like this young guy did. And I'm telling you, he is a heck of a football player, and that's Adrian Falcon. And that guy that he was talking about blocking was about 6'3", about 285. And you can tell Adrian, he's not small, but he's not anywhere in that size category. Second team all conference. Thought this was well represented. Number 8, Damari Smith, wide receiver. Offensive lineman, Eric Barrientos. Offensive lineman, Jamani Benton. Tight end, Julian Martinez. Linebacker, Seth Fields. Linebacker, McCade Moody. Fourth guy in that secondary, Poom Savoy. He's not here, I don't think. And the last guy, slot receiver, Takevion King. We're getting close to the end. I wanted to keep this as close to an hour as I could because I know sitting out there is not a lot of fun, but we do have, when we get done, drinks and cake. I'm going to try to do this without getting emotional. But as most of you know, I'm retiring. I've been doing this for 39 years, 30 as a head coach, 9 here. And it was, and I'm going to say his name, a good friend of mine, Terry Crowder. We grew up here. We played together here. We used to go to Fayetteville. We'd drive home on the weekends, and we used to always talk, dumb talks. I'm going to be the head coach someday. Terry, you're going to be the defense coordinator. Well, Terry went to Georgia with me, and he stayed in Georgia. So half of it came true, and it's been a dream of mine for a long time. I've enjoyed it. I love these guys. I love those guys. Being the guy in charge is hard sometimes because you have to be the butthead. You can't just be nice all the time and let them do what they want. But I think this football program, from where it was 9 years ago to now, is on solid ground. And I expect and hope that the next head coach is sitting in this room over here to the left of me. I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if I get in trouble. Oh, Felix Curry. I truly believe he's the guy with these guys to lead it forward and to take it to greater heights. And I pray and wish that and hope that it's him. And if not, I'm going to be very upset, and I'm sure some other people are too. But he's the guy. Again, I've enjoyed it. It's a wonderful place. Your kids are wonderful, and it's been a great 9 years. Buzz?
It says in the program, closing, we're not quite done. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the seniors. It's been an honor calling your games. Jack Green's interception. Jack, I lost my voice for a week over that. Kendra Esau and Seth Fields don't hit that quarterback. I don't know that it happens. But you made a great call, great catch, took it all the way back. Takevion King, 98-yard touchdown. Walker Savas doesn't have an arm. That doesn't happen. Takevion doesn't have the speed. That doesn't happen. A lot of good things. When you look back at this season, I've enjoyed it. I'm going to miss y'all. But we got a great group coming up. I'm looking forward to that. A lot of talent, unbelievable talent that's coming up. It says in the program that we're at closing. We're not quite done. Is Gabe here? Gabe? What about Matt? You guys could come up. Dana? Could you come up, please?
I won't be long. Gabe Scrivener, the president of the Booster Club, graduated here in '95 along with Matt. We did the radio for years and years, and now Matt does the PA, and I kind of just tell him what to say, I guess. But I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done for not just the Booster Club, but for all the, not just these student athletes, but for all the student athletes over the last 9 years. You've made a tremendous impact on everyone, and we appreciate you and Miss Dana very, very much. And best of luck in retirement.
Coach Curry's going to come up and say a few words.
So I met Coach Lure back in Georgia. Him and I coached in the same conference, and pretty unique about Coach Lure. Two of my friends were on his staff, and there was a golf course. I'm not gonna call their name, but there was a golf course in the area that he was living, and they wouldn't let African Americans play on that golf course. And Franklin Stevens, who's a successful coach in Georgia, and Nick Davis, who's another head coach that's in Georgia, are both young black men, and they told me the fit that Coach Lure put up down there in that county about that situation was unreal. And that's all they had to tell me about Coach Lure. My head coach when I was at TW Josie was a guy by the name of John Starr, and him and Coach Fleur were great friends, and he thought the world of Coach Fleur. And my wife and I were trying to relocate to get closer to Stillwater, and we were looking at some high schools in Texas, and John Starr called me and said, man, you need to call Fleur. Fleur's somewhere up in that area. So I called him. I said, man, you going somewhere in Oklahoma? He said, man, I'm going back to my hometown in Fort Smith. I said, how far is that from Oklahoma? He said, man, we're about 2 miles from the state line and about 2.5 hours from Oklahoma State. I'm glad you called because I need a defense coordinator. So that's how I ended up here. Justin, my youngest son, actually went here for 2 years, and we came up the year of, I guess we came during the spring of May to kind of check things out, and we were living with Coach Fleur right there on Lecter, and it was time to go back home to Atlanta to move everybody up. It was pretty bad up here. So Justin and I going home, I looked at him, I said, man, it's a good move for your mom. She's closer to her older 2 boys. It's a good move for your dad. He's closer to his other 2 boys. But this football team, it's awful. And if you change your mind right now, I'll go home and I'll beg for my job back. So we stayed, and our first year, we were 3-7, and we had the long half times because we were everybody's homecoming opponent. And so I'm standing on, not a year later, this is no lie, I'm standing on Fayetteville, and we talked about this a little bit last night. We're on Fayetteville's football field, and they were the #1 team in the state. And this is not a year later, we're the #2 team in the state. And we beat them guys. And I'm standing on that field and thinking, man, how long has it been we've been here? And I thought about, man, it's less than a year. And hats off to that guy there. I could tell you a million stories about Mike Fleur, and I want to tell you 3 things that's kind of behind the scene. Came up here and looked at the locker rooms, and nothing impressive. No sooner than 2 weeks, he had somebody up here putting those wooden lockers that these seniors stay in. That was all due to Mike Fleur. You go in the weight room, and I didn't think it was a weight room. It had nothing. If you go in that weight room now, it's probably one of the most impressive in the state. It was all due to Mike Fleur. I can't tell you how many road trips he's taken for these kids going to college. And sometimes it's kids that we know we load up in the trunk and they're not always good to you. But he felt obligated as a coach to do his best to expose all of these kids. It's not been a time that he's turned down an opportunity to take a kid on a recruiting trip. 9 years, in 1 year, he changed this program. 30 plus football players have signed scholarships here. 30 plus. 2 of those guys are NFL guys. And then the last thing I'm gonna leave with, and I know he's proud of because him and I talk about it, for 6 years straight, he's on the other side of town, and we're proud of that.
Coach always puts me under strict orders he knows how long-winded I am, and to try to go as quick as I can, but this is a pretty special occasion. I'm not going to take responsibility for what's getting ready to happen. So I'm not sure who is going to take responsibility, but Coach Neal, where are you? Oh, there, okay. Coach, can you just come around here, if you don't mind? Dana, can you see the screen okay? Okay, if y'all...
while Coach Neal's doing this, I'll tell you a little story. Coach's first year, he was going to show us how to coach. And so if you were in charge of something, you had a good chance of getting that tail tore up when you got in the office. He's going to let you know about it, so we nicknamed it potential. If you click on something, you got potential. Coach Neal's got some potential right now.
You got the speaker.
You got USB?
Need to turn this off. Ted, need to turn this off.
Check your microphone.
She said, I'll turn you on. Coach, just wanted to say congratulations on your retirement. I'm very proud of what you've done here at Northside since you've been here. You had a goal of changing the culture of this program, and you've not only done that, you've made Northside a great place to play football, and also a great place to go to school. So we're all very thankful for that. I'm very honored to have played for you for 3 years, and we're all going to miss you, and we really appreciate everything you've done for Northside High School. So, with that being said, I hope you enjoy the next chapter of your life, get lots of rest and relaxation, and I love you, man. I'm very proud of you, and congratulations.
What's up, Coach? I've grown up watching Northside football, and I can't tell you how proud I am of everything you've done with the program. And I'm even more proud to be a Grizzly. Congratulations, Blake, Coach.
Just want to wish you a happy retirement. I think many people will judge the success of a high school football coach based on the number of state championships they won, but I don't think that's a fair assessment for your legacy. You taught each and every Northside player to play with heart, pride, and courage each and every time they stepped out on the field. You taught us to never be content with what we had and to keep going and keep progressing forward. As for myself, I'll forever be thankful for the conversation we had before my signing day. I can say that conversation truly changed my life, and I wouldn't be where I am today without that. And for that, man, I can't thank you enough. Love you, Coach Fuller, and hope you enjoy retirement.
Hey, Coach Fuller, I just want to say how proud I am to have had you as something more than a coach, but as a role model, and seeing something in me and also others. You had a big impact in my life, and I'll always be grateful for pushing me, leading me to something better in life, and to that, I'm always thankful. Congratulations on your success as a coach and head coach. You will truly be missed and remembered. Love you.
What's going on, Coach Fuller? I just want to take some time out, man, and tell you congratulations on your retirement. That's huge, a big accomplishment. I know it means a lot to you. I personally want to tell you thank you for all that you did for me in my 3 years at Northside. Helping me better myself as a man and as a player, as well as helping me elevate myself to the next level. Now that retirement is here, you can sit back, kick your feet up, chill and relax, and I hope we treat you well because you most definitely deserve it. So God bless you and happy holidays to you and the family.
Thanks, Ted, getting that going. That was, if I didn't tell you everything about Coach Fleur, I don't know how we could really express it. I know we've gone a lot longer than we've meant to tonight, but again, thank you to all the players, our families. I wish all of you seniors the best luck in whatever you do from this point on. Just remember, you're a team. You'll always be a Grizzly. Ty Sunquist, I know you guys know that if it wasn't for that offensive line, those 1,000 yards are hard to come by. It's fun watching you guys play. It was fun watching Coach Fuller coach and the rest of his staff. And I just want to say to you, Coach Fuller, just want to go back to when I first started here. And I want to tell you the same thing that I told you then. I felt an obligation as a past Grizzly, but we'll always be Grizzlies, regardless if you're an alumni, if you're a current Grizzly or future Grizzly. But I told Coach Fleur the first day that I did a coach's show with him that I felt like the first thing I need to say is thank you for making us relevant again, because it was hard not being relevant, and he did that. So today I want to go back to that. Coach, thank you. Coach Curry, Dana, Julie, and Stacy have put together some stuff back there for us to eat, and Coach Curry's going to come up and say blessing.
Let us pray. Our Father God, who art in heaven, Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all your many blessings. Father, we thank you for these players, these coaches, the parents. We thank you for this community. Father, we pray for this food we're about to receive. We pray it be used for nourishment by it. For in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Welcome to back.
There is cake in the back. Everybody be safe. Have a good holiday season. Merry Christmas. Go Bears.
I'm glad you figured it out. I'm sorry my tech guys were not on
Actually, we just didn't have a password. We got a password and got in, but they had us blocked once we got in.
He said there's no blocks on there.
Well, we got in on a guest password and it was unlocked, so we got in on Coach Hanson's and we got through. So it all worked good.
See ya.
Bye.
One of the biggest skill tackles.
That's a great program.
Actually, he's played for one for UCA. Well, Ethan, he said UCA. Got it from him.
This is a walk-on athlete. They push harder and put their heart into the game. This is the passion we're built on. It's why we put our heart into creating game day with a taste of Louisiana. Walk-ons, we live for this.
Comfortable isn't the first word most people think of when they think about a dentist visit, but Aesthetic Dental Institute is different. Dr. Hinshaw has been serving the community for over 25 years with expert dentistry. For cleanings and preventative care, IV and oral conscious sedation, cosmetic dentistry, bleaching, Invisalign, restorations, and even Botox, Aesthetic Dental Institute offers modern dentistry in a relaxed and calm environment. Schedule your complimentary consultation at salisawdentist.com.
You're watching Grizzly TV.